Hello and welcome to the briefing of the first edition of Bern Zermatt. My name is Kilian Pfeiffer. I am the project manager of the event and I would like to go through the most important points together with you so that you are ready to take part in the race on Saturday. First and foremost, as always, we really like to ask for your help. You guys are really decisive when it comes to having a successful event. So please be part of the team. Don't take any necessary risks. Please follow the rules so that we can all have a successful event and also have another edition of Bern Zermatt next year. The course. So as you know, in our events, all the courses are signaled. So you will see flashing arrows along the courses. But we always ask you to use bike lanes and pass whenever possible. Of course, you're allowed in certain areas to ride on the road, but whenever possible, please use the bike lanes whenever possible. Download the GPX file, whether the course is signaled or not. This helps you as well, especially in the dark, to stay en route. And also please be sure to download the latest file. Maybe you've heard of the severe weather Zermatt has experienced the last couple of weeks. It could be that we have to make some changes towards Zermatt due to those weather conditions. So please make sure that you, even on Thursday or on Friday, download the latest file so that you're on the safe side when it comes to orientation towards Zermatt. As always, we always ask you to start slow and finish strong. In this course of Bern Zermatt, we have the most of the climbing is done in the first part of the race, but also when it's flat, you could experience a headwind, which also then makes the experience much harder for you. So please keep that in mind to keep something for the last part of the race as well. The start location is the same one as we had last year for Bern Andermatt. It's in Ittigen, the address you can see here on this slide. We have parking available there as well, so you are also allowed to keep your car there for 2 days. That is absolutely possible. And also please make sure if you are there, please orientate yourself to the start. Make sure that you don't stay around too long. Don't be there too early, but also not too late. We ask you to be there at least 10 minutes before your start time. And if you have issues finding the spots you need to find, just get in touch with the staff. We have also mechanics there on site, so if you have any issues with your bike, get in touch with them. And also the baggage or the truck where you can drop off the baggage, the luggage, is also there on site. So it's also really small, so you should be able to see everything quickly, and it should be relatively easy as well to find everything you need to. The bib numbers have been already sent out to participants with a Swiss domicile. They should have received them by Tuesday or Wednesday of this week, the week of the event. People living outside of Switzerland, or they will have to pick them up at the start location. So please make sure that you pick them up either the evening before between 6 and 8 o'clock, or then before the race starts after 1 o'clock. We are there and ready to hand out bib numbers. We have different colors for different categories. It might be for some participants that those colors don't match the category if you decided on short notice to change the category. So please keep that in mind for those who have made some changes. The package we sent out together with the bib numbers also includes some other stuff. So we have the sticker sheet with all the stickers you need, whether it is the reflectors for the bike, whether it is the stickers for the luggage drop-off, whether at the start or then also on Col du Pion, where you have this service available for you. And also the relays, so the teams of 2 that actually split up the whole distance between themselves, they will also receive, or they have already received, a parking ticket for their car in Dash before Zermatt, and also a luminous armband, which serves as the baton to hand over to your teammate once he or she takes over for you. And also for those relays, there's also a bit of a specificity. So please bring also the waiver of your teammate to the start, signed and ready to hand over. That's also something you have to keep in mind if you take part in the race as a relay. Here you can see an example of a bib number. It's a golden one. It's the one of the singles. Here you can see on the left hand side the bib number that is then placed on the back, and on the right hand side you can see the bib number that has to be placed on the seat post, and this one also serves as the timekeeping chip. We have another one sent to you also, which is a bit smaller one. This is for the helmet, which is really important if you also want to have some pictures of you along the road. This number helps to allocate the respective pictures with the correct participant. On the left hand side you can also see the two vouchers we have for the finisher meal and the goodie bag, which both will be handed out at the finish, so please make sure you keep them safe with you. Maybe it's the best for you to tear them off and keep them, I don't know, in your phone case or wherever it is safe, but please make sure you take care of those two vouchers. So as I said, the timekeeping chip is actually included in one of the bib numbers, the one that is placed on the saddle post. Each rider gets one, so also the relays, so they don't have to hand over the timekeeping chip. You'll be tracked with that timekeeping chip on different checkpoints. In our case, it's the first one at Zermatt, the second one in the village of Jaun, the third one is on the Col du Pion, and then as well in Dash, where the last timekeeping or the last time is taken. And then we also have timekeeping boxes installed on those little climbs in the valley of Valais, from Olo to Venton, and then also in the region of Salgesch. If you take part in a race in a group of 3 or in a couple, it is always the last or the time of the last finisher of your team that counts to the result. And as I said, the last time is taken in Dash due to construction work between Dash and Zermatt. So the last part you ride between Dash and Zermatt will be ridden neutralized. No time is taken in between there. To the start procedure, the first participants, the singles, will start at 2 o'clock in the morning, then followed by the happy threesomes, the couples and the relays. Please respect your start times. The start times are already public online. The link was included in the road book, so if you have any issues finding them, please consult the road book. Also there, it could be that maybe something changes. It shouldn't be too big of a change, maybe 1 or 2 minutes, but also there, please make sure to really consult the current start list the night before the race so that you are there on time, not too early and not too late. All the participants start in groups of 4, of course, except for the happy threesomes who start in their respective group of 3. The intervals between those groups will be set at 45 seconds, and only one team member of the relays have to be at the start. The other one can wait wherever you plan to do to relay, to hand over to your participant. Also, please keep in mind to look around, orientate yourself, according to the numbers. So if you are, let's say, number 4, please make sure that you are standing in line behind number 3 and before number 5. This really should help you and also help us to get everything going smoothly at the start. And also again, please make sure to bring your waiver, which you have received as well with the bib numbers, and please make sure that this one is also signed as well. Here you can see the sticker sheet you also received with the bib number. So on the upper left hand side you can see the reflectors. Please make sure to attach those to the bike. We have also added a little description as to where you should put them on the bike. On the right hand side you can see the different stickers as well for the luggage, for the one you can drop off at the start, which then will be brought to Zermatt, but also a smaller one for items you can actually bring or have brought to Col du Pion, but also if you want to drop off something on Col du Pion, which then will be brought to Zermatt, you can also use this sticker for that purpose. Then you have also 2 stickers for the support vehicles. So whether you are in a relay or not, I'm sure you may have some soigneurs helping you out along the road. So please make sure that those people have those stickers also attached to the car according to this description you can find on a sticker sheet. And then on the right hand side you have also some additional info which should help you to know what is in front of you when it comes to the course. As I said, we have different options when it comes to baggage transport. So you have the right to drop off one piece of luggage of around 40 liters at the start, which then will be brought directly to Zermatt. Additionally, you can also drop off some items at the start, which will be brought to the 3rd checkpoint on Col du Pion. Again, use those stickers I was just talking about for those purposes. And on top of Col du Pion, you can also drop off some items which then will be brought to the finish, whether it is clothing or lights. All those items will be brought to Zermatt, but actually could arrive a bit later since those people on Col du Bio have to wait for the last participants for the broom wagon and can only then make their way towards Zermatt. But we guess, I think it will be no later than 4:30 in the afternoon until this vehicle will arrive in Zermatt with your items. A couple of general rules. So the race takes place in open traffic, so nothing is blocked for you. You therefore also have to follow the Swiss traffic rules, meaning if there's a red light, you have to stop. You're not allowed to ride on pedestrian walkways, etc. So please keep that in mind, follow the rules. And hey, if you have a red light in front of you, that's not too bad. I'm sure you can make up the time since the course is more than 300 k's long. Drafting is prohibited. It's allowed to draft within the first 36k. After that, it's prohibited. And also we have marshals there telling you not to draft if it's necessary. After 36k's, you actually will see a sign to make you aware of the moment when it's not actually allowed anymore. As I said, we have marshals along the road. It's about 40 marshals on motorbikes. They will help you to follow the rules, keep you on course and safe, but they also have the power to penalize you if you don't follow the rules or break any of the rules we installed. If it's really bad, they also can actually take you out of the race and disqualify you, but we hope that's not necessary and won't be the case. As you know, the start is quite early. It will be dark for quite some time during the race. So at the start, you will also be handed a luminous vest, which you actually need to wear. So if you have your own vest, we don't accept this one due to fairness and also to make sure that the vest has the right quality to make you visible during the night. We only accept our own vest to be worn. It is also mandatory to wear this vest until the third checkpoint, which is on Col du Bio. There you can hand over the vest to our staff. We will make sure that we will bring it to the finish if you still want it there. We also ask you to keep your lights on until Col du Bio. If you don't have any battery left or something is going wrong with your light, please make sure that you get in touch with either the marshals, the staff along the road, but also we have a neutral race service in the race which can also help you, and you can find the number on the top tube sticker we sent you together with the other stickers. Then there's a bit of a special rule for the relays which have the right to be followed and supported by a car. So due to safety reasons we decided to close the route for those cars between Jaun and Mittelberg. Or you can actually pass the checkpoint in Jaun, but there you have to take the detour over the Jaun bus instead of where the participants are headed, Mittelberg, because there the road is really narrow and I think it wouldn't be safe nor fair for all the participants to have a lot of cars driving through there. Then a couple of special rules regarding the relay. So only one rider has to be at the start line. The other one can wait at the point where you want to relay for the first time. The first relay is possible after checkpoint 1 in Riefenmatt. That's around after 40 k's. Relays after checkpoint 1, after that moment, is basically possible whenever and wherever you want. So we really leave that up to you. You guys received also with the starting package, with the bib numbers, etc., a luminous armband, which really serves as a baton. So you have to hand this one over to your teammate whenever he or she takes over for you. And this one has to be worn all the time, so from start to finish, by the one team member who is actually riding. And please also make sure to wear it on the left arm so that our marshals along the road can see it at all times. And again, the last section from Tesch to Zermatt is the only section actually ridden together by the relays. All the other kilometers have to be ridden individually, but this section between Tesch and Zermatt, you guys have to ride together to get to the finish. Support cars are allowed to enter the race after checkpoint 1, so please make sure that no cars are actually driving between the start and checkpoint 1 on the race course. Support cars are not allowed to actually directly follow or lead the riders, so please use the so-called leapfrog mode to do so, meaning you're actually allowed to drive next to your rider, ask him or her how she or he is doing, if they need something. If they need something, you drive ahead, wait on a suitable position, and then make sure that you hand over whatever he or she needs from you. But then please then also go ahead a couple of Ks and then wait for the next time, but really don't be around the riders all the time. This is not allowed and will be penalized if necessary. It's also not allowed to hand over stuff out of a driving car, so please, if you hand over stuff, make sure that the car is at a standstill in a safe position, that no other vehicles or riders, participants even, could be affected by your acts. Then you guys, the relays, have also received a voucher for the parking in Dash, so there you can actually park the car for free. Make sure that you hand over this voucher you received when you park the car at Taxi Christoph, which is actually right next to the train station in Dash. The checkpoints will also serve as feeding zones, so we have a lot of food there for you guys, so that you have actually everything you need, that you can fuel properly for the 300 Ks ahead. What we have is bars, gels, isotonic drinks, we have Red Bull if you like it, we have Coke, we have water, and then we also have some sweet and salty snacks for you guys. On Col du Bio and in Jaun, so on checkpoint 2 and 3, we also have some warm soup available. We hope that won't be necessary, but just in case, it is there for you as well. We also have included some feeding recommendations for you in the road book, so please make sure to read them. I think that can be very, very helpful, especially for a long race like we have it with Bern Zermatt. And then we also have a finisher meal for you guys. This one can be claimed in the finish area in the restaurant Pavillon, which is actually right next to the finish area. So also there, if you don't see it, get in touch with our staff there on site, and we'll make sure that you will be helped. And then you also get a finisher beer as well as the meal, and this one really has to be paid with the voucher, so please make sure that you use those. As I said, we have a total of 6 feeding zones along the way in Riefenmatt, Jaun, Col du Pion, Dorena, Niedergestel and Dash. So around every 50 K you should be able to get some help from our staff along the road. Use those checkpoints not just to refill your bidons and grab something to eat, but also to use it for waste disposal. We really don't like it if you guys just throw away stuff along the road. Use those points to do that. And we also recommend to use different spots to relay for the relays, because sometimes, depending on the checkpoint, we don't have too much space available there. So it makes sense to actually use different spots to relay. There's a toilet at every checkpoint as well. If you don't see it right away, get in touch with the staff. Sometimes we can use some existing infrastructure which is close to the checkpoint. So maybe in those cases you don't see it right away, but also there get in touch with our staff, and they are more than happy to help you. And some of the participants in the category singles, couples and happy threesomes, they are also allowed outside help from personal soigneurs, but only at the checkpoints 1, 2, 3 and 5, nowhere else. So you don't have the right to have a support car with you, such as the relays. You only are allowed to get support from outside, from personal soigneurs on those checkpoints. In the finish area, you get the medal, the goodie bag. So the goodie bag is not sent to you via mail, but you get it right after the finish line. The finisher beer, as well as I mentioned previously, and the finisher meal, which can be obtained in the restaurant right next to the finish area. And the baggage claim is also in the finish area, so both the luggage you dropped off at the start and some items you dropped off in Col du Bio maybe will be available there as well. If you don't see it right away, again, get in touch with our staff. We have installed some time cuts to make sure that all the participants are actually well enough to finish the race. This is really a precaution and installed for safety reasons. So the first one is at 12 o'clock on Col du Pion, the second one at 5:30 in Niedergesteln, and then we have another one at 8 o'clock in Zermatt. For those people who don't make those time cuts, we have a shuttle service to Zermatt installed on Col du Pion, but as well in Niedergesteln, a bus which then actually can bring you safely to the finish. If you miss the time cuts, we really recommend to end the race and get in the bus and get to the finish by bus. because it's maybe not safest to ride along. You are of course allowed to continue riding if that's what you want to do, but it will be at your own risk and at your own responsibility, and you'll be no official finisher of the event, so please be aware of that. We also have a neutral race service. The number you can not just see here, but also on the top tube sticker we sent to you via mail, but still we ask you to carry your own repair kit and also bring a bike that is in good shape, because I'm sure you can imagine that on 300 Ks with more than 400 participants, it's still not possible to help everybody. Some important info. So first of all, the emergency number of the ambulance you see on the top tube is not correct. You can see here the new one. I'm really sorry for that, but please make sure that you have this one saved on your phone, but also forwarded to your soigneurs, which may be helping you throughout the race. Sorry for that again, but please make sure that you have the right number here. And then, as you might know, there was quite some severe weather in Zermatt the last couple of weeks, which may affect the race still. We don't know yet in what way it could be. It could be that it actually is all solved until the race starts on Friday. We also have received some good feedback from the authorities as well as Zermatt, so we actually think that the event will go through unscathed, but still it could be that there might be some changes, especially when it comes to course in the Mattertal, so the section between Fischb and Zermatt. So there it could be that the course has to be changed slightly, but then again, please make sure to download the latest file on Thursday or Friday before the race to be on the safe side when it comes to the course as well. And also, once again, please help us to get as many people involved as possible. Please use social media for that. Please use the hashtags Bern Zermatt and hashtag WeRideBern Zermatt, and please always tag us when possible at Chasing Cancellara. Thanks very much for listening. If you have any other questions, get in touch with us. Use the email. I think that's the best way to get in touch with us, info@chasingcancellara.com. And I hope to see you soon on the road. Good luck and thanks.